Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 787, and today's topic is the classification of vitamins on the basis of its activities, part 2. In part 1 I have already discussed up to vitamin B4 and others I am going to classify here, but before going to that, let me clarify some of the points for vitamins. First, my question is it necessary for everyone to take vitamin? Everybody knows about vitamin today. So nowadays is a very serious challenge that everybody is asked and is given the impression since childhood, even during youth time, that you must take some supplement of vitamin, which is wrong. The reason is that if we are taking our balanced diet, if I say balanced diet, it includes carbohydrate, protein, fat, mineral, fruits and vegetables, and they all contain all the 13 vitamins which are required for human being. 13 out of 13, 8 vitamins are B group vitamins, that is called B complex, and other 5 are like A, B, E, K, D, like that. And vitamin D, I call it sunshine vitamin, that we are already getting once we are exposed in sun. And if in Nigeria or India, if somebody is suffering from deficiency of D, vitamin D, which is very important nowadays for immune system, it means he is keeping most of the time indoor, and it is related to lifestyle. So every morning at least you should walk and expose to sun for 15 to 20 minutes. There will not be deficiency of vitamin D. Then the question comes again that vitamins, who are eligible to get vitamins? So 2 conditions are there. Either somebody is sick or old. If suppose someone is suffering from some extraordinary situation or sickness, extraordinary situation means if women who is pregnant, if she is pregnant, definitely there will be deficiency of vitamins during the pregnancy, so she should be given supplement. Or if somebody is suffering from some organic disease, some chronic disease like cancer or hepatitis or liver problem, they may need supplement. Otherwise, if you are taking your balanced diet, natural, there is no need for you to take a supplement of vitamin. All vitamins you are getting. The reason is that why nowadays there is a multi-billion pharmaceutical industries based on vitamin manufacturing as well as the food supplement. Nowadays for that 13 vitamin there are 87,000 food supplements in the world. 87,000. And at the same time we have 7.6 billion population, more than 7 billion population. Out of 7 billion population, 2 billion population, they are suffering from the deficiency of vitamins. 2 billion means roughly it is more than 30% population, global population. They suffer from the deficiency of vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin A. So this is the serious issue. And the word vitamin, I have already discussed in my first lecture. It was actually some 200 years ago. They found that in spite of the fact that we are taking carbohydrate, protein and fat, water, still we require some organic compound in very small quantity, and they were calling it vitamin. Actually the word vitamin was there. And they gave the concept that those compounds which are containing some nitrogen, they are vital, they are important, they can protect us from the different type of diseases. But later on it was found that no, nitrogen is not necessary. Then E is deleted. Then it became vitamin. And in 1980s, there was global meeting about the vitamin. And 75% of the countries, they agreed that there should be the food supplement where synthetic vitamins should be added and minerals. And from that date onward, in many European countries, this folic acid is also B group vitamin. Folate is commonly called folate, which is very important for pregnant women. And according to the people at that time in the meeting, they discussed that at any moment, any female can get pregnancy. So she should be always in good condition. The status of that folate in her body should be always high, so that once she gets the pregnancy, immediately there should not be the deficiency of folate, because this folic acid, this B group, is very important for fetus, for its development and brain and genetic material. So they allowed that in food they should add the synthetic vitamins. From that day, a lot of industries, they jumped and they started new type of industries, that food supplement, and it is added. The second best example I am giving you, up to 1935-40, we were having edible oil, vegetable oil we call it commonly, groundnut oil, coconut oil, mustard oil, olive oil, all, they were all natural. They were extracted with the help of express method or squeezing method naturally. It was not refined. Now, most of the vegetable oil, they are refined. And once vegetable oil is refined, immediately you are going to lose all the vitamins in that process of refining. So refined vegetable oil means we have lost the natural vitamins, whatever is expected. So what these industries, they are doing, they are adding in those refined vegetable oil the synthetic vitamins. And they will mention on their bottle that it contains vitamin A, B, D, E, so many things. And they are all in a small quantity, synthetic one. So lot of synthetic vitamins they have started adding. And that is not good for our health. Because what natural vitamin we are getting, like vitamin C from lemon or from orange, the same 1000 mg vitamin C capsule or tablet we are taking, no, we cannot replace natural one. So for vitamin chemistry and vitamin deficiency, all these things, if you are taking natural food material, balanced diet, you are not going for a lot of processed food from outside, junk food, there is no chance of deficiency of vitamin. Only vitamin supplements are required in extraordinary condition. Extraordinary condition means either lady is pregnant or somebody who is above the age of 65-70, where in old age lot of our enzymes, they are not capable of doing their function, hormones. In that case, we may need the supplement. For young children, youth, if there is deficiency, it means it is a lifestyle. Wrong. They are going wrong. And nowadays it is a fashion. I asked some of them that you are young, you are as young as 20, why are you taking a supplement of vitamin? They said, no, I want to look healthy and cool. I said, healthy and cool? What do you mean by healthy and cool? No, shining, so that people will see that, okay, he is healthy and cool. So all these are just because of advertisement. And today, in 21st century, this especially in Asia and Africa, lot of food supplements are supplied, especially from Vietnam, Malaysia and Thailand. Because more than 5 billion population are within these two continents, that is Asia and Africa. And it's a big business, multi-billion dollar business today, food supplement. In Nigeria, I have seen in Maiduguri, the stores are filled with Malaysian and Thailand and Vietnamese food supplements. Please, I'm not going to discourage to those manufacturers, let them do their business. But simplify your life, go back to nature, go back to natural diet, nutrition with full of vitamins. All vitamins are available. I'm going to classify and then you will understand. In plant source, natural source, animal source. If you are following natural diet, I don't think that you need any extra supplement of vitamins. So I have written here, a vitamin is necessary for everyone. No, it's not necessary for everyone. It is not necessary for teenage, young. Provided they have balanced diet, their nutrition is balanced, and lifestyle is normal. Number two, new concept of vitamins in food. I have already told you, it's a new concept. You are adding vitamin in refined oil, and why we are doing refined? Refining is done just to avoid so that we can keep that oil for 1 year, 2 years, and there will not be oxidation. So by oxidation, there is chance of getting foul or bad smell. So avoid that bad smell. Refining is done. It is processed. Once it is processed, natural vitamin is lost. Then in that refined oil, synthetic vitamins are added. That is not proper and acceptable, because we cannot replace natural one with synthetic one. No substitute. It is under special circumstances where very sick people, very old people, under extraordinary condition of pregnancy, then you can go for supplement. Otherwise, as a normal routine, no, I don't think. Number three, that's the refined oil, low natural vitamins. It is added. So these are all factors I have given you today. And my request is go back to nature and natural vitamins. Now I am going to discuss one by one the classification. So here the classification I am continuing, that is on the basis of activity up to B group of vitamin, that is up to B4 was given in previous lecture. Now I am starting from vitamin B5. So the vitamin B5 is classified on the basis of activity, that is a growth stimulating activity in pigeons and identical with nicotinic acid. Vitamin B6, an activity that promotes growth and prevents anemia or deficiency, is related to dental caries in the monkey. The deficiency syndrome in man is characterized by skin lesions and mild blepharopenia. Vitamin B7, an activity that prevents digestive disturbances in the pigeon. It is also known as vitamin I. Vitamin B8, adenylate acid. It is adenylate acid which is no longer classified as vitamin. Then vitamin 9, its designation was apparently never used. Vitamin B10, an activity that promotes growth and feathering in the chicken. That is chick. Chick means, starting from hatching to in the growth, so how they are testing, that is called chick. Vitamin B11, an activity that promotes growth in the chick. Vitamin B12, an activity that prevents pernicious anemia in man. So next is that is biotin. Biotin is a compound preventing egg white injury in the rat. Next, vitamin C. We know vitamin C is an activity that prevents scurvy disease, and it is simply ascorbic acid. Vitamin D, that is an activity preventing rickets, means osteoporosis and calcium deficiency, and also commonly known as sun vitamin. And here some 8 steroidal nucleus they are responsible, and the most important one that is called ergosterol. So the preventing rickets, and in the man the activity is shared by the group of 8 structurally related 9-10 scosteroids, which are called calciferols, and these are all steroidal, and the most common compounds are ergocalciferol, and that ergocalciferol is commonly known as ergosterol. Vitamin E, an activity preventing nutritional muscular dystrophia in animals and sterility in rat. Most common compounds are alpha, beta and gamma tocopherol, and this vitamin E is very important. It is also known as the vitamin of reproduction in the animals, and the deficiency of tocopherol also affects our skin health. Then next is folic acid. Nowadays folic acid, I have already told you a lot, is very important for pregnant women, and it designates perolemoglutamic acid. So it is your perolemoglutamic acid, and that is called folic acid, which is very important for pregnant women, where it is required for fetus to have normal development. And next is that is vitamin K, an activity preventing hypothalamic hemorrhage. Actually, it is preventing hemorrhage, brain hemorrhage or anywhere where there is such type of problem. Then nicotinic acid, the Perogalra preventing factor. Second is nicotinamide, is also the same, the Perogalra preventing factor. Then vitamin P, an activity necessary to reduce the capillary fragility, means in plant material wherever there is yellow pigment, that is called flavonoids. These flavonoids like quercetin, like apigenin, they are having vitamin P activity, means they can reduce the capillary fragility of our arteries. They can make arteries, our blood arteries, very much elastic, so that strong, so the blood flow will be normal. That's why this vitamin P activity is very, very important for human being. So, with this lecture, I have given a lot of detailed information, its activity, introduction, a lot of discovery, history, everything about the vitamin. We are in vitamin era, where our food, supplements are all vitamin and multi-billion-dollar industries. Now, in the next lecture, I will be discussing about the metabolic importance of vitamins one by one, like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, all these in detail in their structure, isolation, manufacture, all these things. So with this I will stop. Thank you very much for watching the lecture.